Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking all about Junimo Kart, including how to unlock it and how to get better at both modes. Thank you so much to Hisham Khan for prompting this video. I hope this helps. Alright, so to unlock Junimo Kart, first thing we need to do is head to the mines, mine down to level 120, and open up this chest, which will give us the skull key. Now I'm not sure why you need the skull key to be able to play Junimo Kart, but once it's afternoon you can come into Gus's, and since you now have the wonderful skull key, you can play Junimo Kart. We're going to be starting on progress mode. So the way Junimo Kart works is you have to go through 6 of these 8 levels, and then once you beat the last one you win. This first one is pretty simple. I use the spacebar to play. You just press the button and hold it to jump over longer gaps. There is a max to how long you can hold it, but yeah, the game is overall pretty straightforward in concept. As you're working your way through these levels, you'll see that I just got a lantern. Those serve as checkpoints, so if I die, I'll return to the nearest checkpoint. In the top left corner, you'll notice I've got my UI there. I have got 3 minecarts up there, which means I have 3 extra lives. You'll have noticed also in this level there were roadblocks and boulders. What those do is they will kill you if you hit the side or the bottom of them, but if you land on top of them, you'll be fine. You'll have noticed that during this level, I was collecting fruit. If you get all 3 fruit in the level, you'll get 1 extra life. You'll also see that I have these coins here. Each coin that you get obviously gives you 1 coin, and then each fruit that you get gives you 10 coins. Once you hit 100 coins, you get an extra life. Now on to this level. This level is a little bit more complicated than the last one. You'll notice that we have these slopes. So these slopes will get you to go pretty quickly, so this one is all about managing your speed. The only other thing you need to notice is that I'm jumping just about as high as the coins, so when I approach this, you'll be wanting to hold the spacebar until you hit the coin, and then you're fine to stop. Now, once we beat the second level, we'll either go to one of these 2 boss levels. Here we got the Gem Sea Giant, which is the whale level. This one is the harder of the 2. You can jump on top of these bubbles, which can be super satisfying or incredibly difficult, but it all just depends on the layout that the whale decides to give you. Alright, here we are in the 4th level. Before I start talking about this level, I'll just say that I'm going to go back and cover the other bosses level as well. Alright, in this level, the key is really that some of these gaps can be super long. So most of the time, you're going to want to be holding on to the edge of the rail before jumping, because that's the only way to be able to make it across the gaps. Those ghosts will obviously kill you if you touch them, and you're also going to want to avoid the roadblocks. While we're on our way to the 5th level, I'll mention you see these shortcuts. We're going to be coming back to those in a bit. But here we got Red Hot Roller Coaster. This, in my opinion, is the easier of the 2. With this one, there are some longer sections of just having to jump and having barely any room for your cart to fit on. But you do have these nice coins that will guide you, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, the boulders can be a little bit inconvenient, and as far as checkpoints go, this level can be a little bit more loose on giving you checkpoints, and it might not give you them as often, but if you get this one, you'll be in much better shape than the other one, at least in my opinion. Of course, keep in mind, if you die like I just did, the coin indicators that you're using to jump won't be there, so try and get it all in one take. Alright, and here we go on to the 6th level. This is the level that initially brought about this video, so let's get into it. This level is really interesting. You'll notice immediately that I'm going up and that there are these really broken apart pieces of the rails. So in this level, you get a lot of different branching paths. You'll see right there, I could have gone down or I could have gone up. You always want to take the high road because it gives you more space to fall if you have to. So yeah, unfortunately that's my only real tip, is to take the high road on that one. Alright, and here we are. We have now beaten the game. Alright, so now I'm going to jump back in and cover these shortcuts as well as the other 2 levels we didn't get to. As for this level shortcut, the shortcut will take you past the 2nd level and lead you straight to one of the 2 boss levels. This shortcut is unreliable, so you should never count on it, because the way that the 2 shortcuts work is it all depends on how fast you can get through the level. Unfortunately, there's no way to speed up this level, so unfortunately the only way you're getting this shortcut is if your level happens to be shorter than the average level and you manage not to die. As for this, the 2nd level, you can actually speed yourself up, and this can be a shortcut that you can get relatively consistently. I think recently I've been getting it about a third of the time. So what you're going to want to be doing is on those downward rails, you're going to want to be maximizing your jumps. So like this, you're just going to want to be skipping along, and you'll see that I'm going kind of faster than my character normally would. This built-up speed will only stay like this if you continue hopping. If you let go, you'll immediately slow down and you won't be able to get the skip. Mixing that with also not dying, and you should have a pretty good shot. Like I said, not every single time, but I've been able to get it somewhat consistently. See right there, I managed to skip past the boss levels, and then you just go right to the 4th level. Alright, here we go. Since we skipped over the boss levels, we are just going to be covering this one first, and then we'll go back to the slime level. So this one's Glowshroom Grotto, and as you can see by the little level intro there, this one is a little complicated. You have the pink mushrooms that spew out poison, you've got the pink mushrooms that you can jump on, you've got these purple mushrooms which change their height depending on how long you stay on them, and those 3 things are pretty interesting. The reason this level is much harder is first of all because these purple mushrooms can be pretty difficult. If you have to stay on a purple mushroom for a specific amount of time to be able to even reach a ledge, then you might just die because you didn't know that that's what you're supposed to do. And then it can also be difficult because of these little pink mushrooms. If you get 2 next to each other, it can be difficult or nearly impossible to be able to get through them if 2 spawn next to each other. Right here, these purple mushrooms you can bounce off of, they'll give you a little boost. They look fun, but they can be super devilish because if you have a couple in a row, it's hard to gauge how far you need to go. So, here we are in the slime level. The 2 things you really need to be aware of, other than the normal stuff, is of course the green slime on these angles and the giant slime that is chasing you. The giant slime will never catch up to you unless you slow down, and the only way to slow down is by staying on the green stuff too long. So here, I'll demonstrate. If you stay on it, you'll start to slow down, and then he'll slowly be gaining on you until he inevitably smushes you. The way to avoid that is even if you land on the green slime, you're just going to want to jump right off of it. That way you won't lose too much speed. Alright, well that's everything on progress mode. Now I'm going to show you the reward for progress mode. The day after you beat progress mode, you will receive this letter in your mail. It says, "Congratulations, you beat all the levels in Junimo Kart. You're actually the first person in the entire Ferngale Republic to do so." Not sure why they're surprised when they have to lock the machine with a key and hide the key at the bottom of the mines. Your prize, a home version of Junimo Kart. Have fun, from the Junimo Kart development team. Alright, and now we have our own Junimo Kart machine. We can place that down, and you know, we are the first people to even play Junimo Kart in the valley, probably, unless other people have been to the bottom of the mines. I guess Lewis, Shane, Sam, Abigail, and Vincent have all been to the bottom of the mines. And somehow Lewis is beating Shane, which doesn't really make any sense, but oh well. Since we're here, let's talk about Endless Mode. Now, Endless Mode is, of course, quite different, because the whole point of this version is to get the most points possible. So what you're going to want to be doing is, first of all, making it through the level. As you can see up on the top left with our score, will slowly get you points. Collecting a coin gets you 50 more points. Every fruit you get is 1,000 points. By beating a level, you get 5,000 points. And if you have all 3 fruit at the end of a level, you get 5,000 points. After all that's said, you should average around 15,000 points a level. Now, once you beat a level, it takes you straight to the next one, because you will go through all 8 levels in the exact same order every time in endless mode. You don't get 6 and 2 of them are random. You get all 8, and then once you beat all 8, you go back to the first one, except your cart is a little faster. If you die even one time, you will reset back to the beginning, and your score will be reset back to 0. So it's just a challenge of how many points you can get. Really quickly, I'm just going to finish this run, and we'll see how far I can get. Okay, well I just died, and unfortunately Lewis is still beating me, so I'm going to have to jump back in really quick and beat him. Alright, and that was it. We did beat Lewis's score though on the second time around at 83,000 points. Comment down below, you guys, if you've ever beaten Junimo Kart and what your high score is on endless mode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to this point in the video, please consider subscribing, and I hope you have a fantastic day.